Well, hello. I'm super excited that you guys have joined me today. I am here with Ryan Day, and he's a franchise owner from homecleanheroes.com. And I'm super excited that he's joined us today because I know we've got a lot of questions about whether you go solo, whether you jump into a franchise. And so we've got a lot of questions prepared today, and he took time off work today to have this conversation with us. So I'm really excited about this. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I love being here. I love do these podcasts, answer questions, and just have a general conversation about what it is I do and why I do it.
So my question is, from a real estate standpoint, when you're talking about buying and selling a home, you just mentioned where you do a walkthrough. Do you do the walkthrough with the buyer or the seller or the realtor? Who does the walkthrough happen to and who pays for the clean?
Yeah. So the walkthrough, you mean for like quality assurance standpoint?
Well, yes, and this is another question we just got from Aaron. He says, "Do you pay for the cleaning as the realtor? Do you do a pre-listing clean and another before the next person moves in?"
Yeah, it depends on the situation. So everybody is a little bit different in their process. Like when some people decide to sell, they will take photos before the furniture is out to have a more homey feel to it. And then they already know where they're going. So they'll move everything out. And then the house is essentially empty when it lists and it hits the market. Other people will move everything out already, have all the furniture gone and everything else. And then once they're moved out, they want the clean done and then they list the home. It just kind of depends. So there are differences with someone living in the home, someone not living in the home. So if they're in the home and they have objects in the cabinets where we would clean those out in a move out clean, things in the refrigerator, things like that, where we would not be able to essentially access those areas and clean because there are objects there, we
Mhm.
would not have them probably take on that move in, move out clean. We do a one time. And then it'd be up to them whether they wanted us to come back for that extra deep clean once they had moved all of their furniture and things out.
So if you are the cleaning company and you're doing a move in, move out clean, and it could be maybe it's not a move out clean. Maybe it's I'm getting my home ready to list
Mhm.
cleaning. And then they're going to try to maintain it really fast. Like if they get a call from the realtor and the realtor says, "Hey, we're coming over in 10 minutes," for example. Now they got to hurry and tidy up or whatever. What advice would you give to somebody that is in the process of moving out and maybe they still have all their stuff there and they haven't moved anything out yet?
So I think there's a difference between a dirty house and an unorganized one.
Hmm.
Okay. So a dirty house, you can see dust on baseboards. People have kicked the baseboards with their shoes, or they've got dirty dishes in the sink. They've got gunk around their showers and their tubs, their sinks, things like that. That's dirty. Those are the things that we want to clean for our customers and it not be a visual problem. Now,
Mhm.
somebody who has their shoes in the floor, has papers on the desk, even though they may be clean, like pots or pans on the kitchen countertop, you can organize that and prepare a little bit for showings like that. In the realtor community, it's understood when someone's living in a home. Okay. We get it. You can't have the house 100% perfect all the time if you're still living there. It's just not feasible for people, especially who work full time, have children that are really busy. It's just hard to do that. So there's a level of understanding there. But if the house is in disarray because you've got objects laying everywhere, toys out, dog toys, kids' toys, whatever it may be, it's really important to really collect those kinds of things. So, when it comes to decluttering and collecting, that's actually what we prefer before we go into clean. So we actually can access and clean those things. I always tell people it's kind of a joke, but I always say, listen, as much as I would love to help, we're not a moving company. With this business, as well as a lot of others, boils down to time. And if you're requiring my team to move a bunch of stuff and they're there for an extra hour, hour and a half than I had originally quoted you for and that we had discussed, well, then we're behind on our entire route for the rest of the day. And my cleaners aren't able to go home to their families on time and have dinner. And it's all because you wanted something that shouldn't have been done or should have been told to me ahead of time. So there's always a why and a reason behind things. And I am transparent when it comes to stuff like that. I am more than happy to talk to a customer and tell them these things because I want them to understand why it is we do what we do. I don't know about the people who are watching, but in my experience, especially when it comes to service based things, I don't like being overcharged and especially not knowing why if there is a charge on there. So I really do appreciate it from a person human standpoint of why it is you're doing what it is you're doing.
That's a really important distinction. As a customer, I like the transparency. I love that you said that. Also, as a business owner, I love the fact that you are willing and this is a huge catch. So, all of you listen, if you did not pay attention and you missed this, that you are paying attention to your employees and say, I want to make sure they get home on time and they can go back to dinner with their families. Instead of just saying, oh, yes, we're people pleasers. And so we'll do whatever you say just because we want either the house to be clean and you to be satisfied and keep us as your house cleaner, or because there's, heaven forbid, the sale is tomorrow on the house and we got to hurry and make sure that it's ready to go. Right. So instead of putting your cleaners at a disadvantage because it's convenient to the customer, you say, hey, I got no problem as a business owner telling you like it is. I love that. That's so cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I want to make sure that our employees are happy, satisfied, excited to come to work, willing to put in the extra effort, and they want to do this. They want to help these customers out. I don't ever want to put them in a compromising position, and especially if that sacrifices their time with their families. We do not work on weekends because I want them to have the break. I want them to enjoy time with their families and time away and time to relax. The only time it's ever happened, we had a customer who just absolutely had to have something done on a Monday. You know, it had to be ready. They had a party on Monday or something like that. And this was a Friday, by the way. Friday, they call and they say, hey, is there any way you can have it done tomorrow or Sunday? I have a party on Monday. Of course, I'm looking at the calendar. We don't work weekends, ma'am. It has to be either today and it's Friday and I did not have room for it, or it has to be done on Monday, like Monday morning. And she was like, no, they're coming in at 9 a.m. There's no way you'll get it done in time. So I said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to speak with my cleaning specialist and I'm going to see if they're willing to come in on a Sunday, if that's possible. And so I spoke with them. They were willing to come in, get some extra hours, but I upcharged a little bit for a weekend clean. And then I turned around and gave them that extra little bit, the cleaning specialist, because they came in on a day they didn't have to.
Mhm.
So it's really important to take care of your employees and make sure that they're happy, they're satisfied, because they're the ones on the front line putting that work in for you.
And is that also true on holidays? If a holiday falls on a regular cleaning day, do you upcharge for that or how does that work?
So it depends on the holiday. So we do not work 6 holidays throughout the year, and we ensure our employees are compensated for those holidays. We believe that it's really important that they spend time with their family on those holidays. So we wouldn't even take a clean that was on like Christmas Day or
Mhm.
Thanksgiving Day. We wouldn't do that. And to me, that's a non-negotiable. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't care how intensely the cleaning needs to be done. We're not always going to be the right fit for somebody, and that's okay. You're not going to win them all. And if they just have to have it done and they can't understand that family time is important and that the cleaning specialists need that time as well, then we don't need them as a customer.
there you go. This has been really, really awesome. Ryan, if you will, tell our listeners where they can go to find you.
Yeah, so we're on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, we try and post as much as possible. You can also look on our website, homecleanheroes.com/Huntsville for our location. Now, we are a franchise, so there are other locations throughout the country. So if you're here listening in the Dallas Fort Worth area, you know, there is a Home Clean Heroes in that location. In Charlotte, there's a location. There's multiple locations throughout the country. So if anything, if you just look up Home Clean Heroes, more than likely you'll be able to find the location closest to you. But our link is homecleanheroes.com/Huntsville.
This is so awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm going to leave links in the show notes to all the things that Ryan talked about and also how you can get in touch with him if by chance you happen to be listening to this as a podcast or you're out walking your dog or something like that right now. So thanks again for joining us. We will see you guys same time, same place next week. And thank you, Ryan, so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really do appreciate it. It's been fun.